Okay, guys, we got Jenna here. Jenna, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Jenna and I met Celine through Instagram. We're social media friends who never actually met in real life. But I'm so excited to be here today to talk to you guys about all the things that are Valentine's Day related and, things like boys and everything else in between as well.
It's always a fun topic. Okay, guys. So now that we've got the introductions down, we are just going to get into some like two main questions that we kind of got, and one of them is like a little game of, well, you'll see. So we're gonna get into like the main questions first. So Jenna, let's do it.
Okay, so our first question is, what is the weirdest experience you've had with a guy?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll let Celine go first on this.
It can only be one. Oh my goodness, this
Yeah.
is difficult. I don't know. Did you like prepare for this question? Because
Well, I
like,
have one story in mind. Okay, I'll quickly briefly tell both of them. Well, y'all will just get like the behind the scenes of both. One time, I refer to him as Seafood Boy because I went to I go on summer beach trips with my family, and so the past summer we went to this beach and we went to eat at this restaurant and the restaurant was great, and you know what else was great? My waiter was great. Not only service wise, but he looked so handsome. And so at the moment, I was with my family, so I just felt like very embarrassed to say something. But then when I got back to the hotel, I was like, Jenna, you're only gonna be here at this beach one time, and he's gonna forget about you. And so because I was not able to go back to the restaurant, I ended up calling the restaurant through my phone. At first, they didn't pick up, and I was like, no, I have to let him know. I have to know if he's single or not. So I I called them again, and then I meet the waiter, the hostess, and she's like, "Hi, how can we help you? What do you need?" And then I tell her briefly that like I'm in love with the waiter, or I thought he was attractive, and it was so embarrassing because she starts chuckling and laughing, and she's like, "Okay, well, most of our male servers here are taken, but I'll see what I can do." Turns out he was taken, but she accidentally mistook him for someone else who wasn't taken. But all in all, at the end, I was embarrassed because I ended up talking to him on the phone. He was like, "Oh well, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm taken." But that really, was a lot of courage that you did, and whatever. But he was super nice, super sweet about it. But yeah, and one of my not so high moments in life, getting kind of rejected right there. And then another one was a recent one. I went on a school business trip. I'm not gonna say which one because if you know me and you watch like me speak, you're gonna know who it is. But or the people in my life will know who it is. But essentially, I went out to this bar after this business competition with a couple friends, and while we were there, I just had this insane courage to ask one of the guys in the bar to play beer pong with me. And so we decided to play beer pong together, and it was super fun. And I guess during that time, we got to know each other too. So that was really cool. And I ended up kind of like having this little crush for him afterwards. But so when I get home, I'm like, okay, like he lives in a different state. It's whatever. But I realized that he ends up connecting with me on LinkedIn. And so tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like everyone has stalked their crush before, right? I feel like
no,
you
yeah,
haven't? You haven't stalked your crush?
no, I was gonna say no. Yeah, I definitely have.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
was
pretty
about to
sure
say.
like every time I have a crush, I'm like obsessed a little, and so I can't help but like check their stories and like whatever, you know. So
No,
yeah.
yeah. So that's what I did, but I did it on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is a job posting platform. I did not realize that every single time you check someone's profile on LinkedIn, it sends them a notification. So I checked this man's profile like 5 times, and he ends up blocking me on LinkedIn. Another one of my very embarrassing low moments in my love life, which has not been
Oh my
very
gosh.
great. But okay, now you guys know. I'm gonna move on now. We'll save the rest for another time.
Okay, okay. Okay, my story is okay. I don't know. There have been so many like times with guys like in my life. Most of them are funny, but the one that I chose to like kind of talk about was like I don't know if it was funny. I mean, it is kind of now that I look back on it, but at the time it was like a little chaotic and like traumatic for me. So this is a time when I was going to youth group in Clarksville when we did an assignment there. And I literally, okay, I have not talked to guys in like I don't know, maybe a year or two ever since like we started traveling. And so to have a guy just like walk up to me like in this story, it was just like, oh, it was like so scary. And yet it should be like, okay, so I was at youth group. I was just reading my Bible, and I'm like, when I read my Bible, I'm like locked in on the word. I can't focus on anything around me. Even if there's like 300 people walking around, I am focused on it. And so I just see like this red ping pong ball just go past me. And then this guy walks up, he picks it up, and then he just like slowly passes me like this. Like I don't like see his face or anything, but he just like slowly passes me and I'm like, what the heck? But then I just like keep on reading, and then the ping pong ball rolls again in the same exact place. And I was like, what? And then he picks up the ball and then he's like, hey, you're really pretty. And then he walks off. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I was like, okay, that's weird, but flattering. And yeah, and then I get back to my work. And then I'm just like sitting there. And then all of a sudden the ball rolls over again in the same place.
What?
So I'm look like thinking about it now, I'm like, okay, his friends must have been passing the ball over so he could come talk to me. So the third time that that ball rolls over, he comes over to me and he's like, hey, I think you are really cool and very pretty. And he was like, can we be friends? And I was like,
Oh my gosh, that is actually so sweet though. He's not wrong though. You are very pretty and cool. So
thank you.
at least
But like I was freaked out because again, I've never like talked to a guy in like so like such a long time, and for some guy to just walk up to me and be like, hey, you're cute, you're pretty, you're cool, like all that. I'm
no,
like,
it's like a mix of
whoops.
emotions if you never experienced that before. Because I can say the same. I get it. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so after that happens, he walks off to his friends again, and I think it was to grab his phone. But literally, I was like, okay, I'm panicking. I shouldn't be panicking. So I start reading God's word again just to calm my nerves. And then I just see his shoes right next to me, and I'm like, what? I thought he was over there. And so I like slowly pan up and I see him sitting right next to me on the bench, and then he looks at me and then he shows me his phone and he's like, here, can you fill out this form for me? And I was confused at first, but then it was like contact info for,
Oh
like,
my gosh, that is so.
yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I get you. And so
Oh
I
my
put it
goodness.
like I didn't even want to. I'm not interested in talking to any guys like anytime soon. But I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this because I don't know how to get out of this situation. And I give it to him, and then he's like, cool, see you around. Or I think, okay, maybe he talked to me a little more, but like I don't know. At that
You
point, I was
couldn't
like,
remember.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
blanking out at that point because of how much
Wow.
like I had in my system. And so right after he walks away, I like try to read, but like the words on my Bible were like before me floating away. Like
Wow.
literally I could not concentrate. So I go into the bathroom, I have a panic attack. I'm like bawling my eyes out. And you like guys, a guy talked to me and I'm over here in the bathroom crying my eyes out in a stall.
That
Like
shows that, man, we don't get this often.
I know, yeah. That should show that women don't have like as much confidence as you think they do, or at least just me. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
don't know.
I don't know. Like, have you ever been that freaked out over a guy, Jenna? Like,
Yes. Well, like I haven't even met him, and you know about this. I'm not gonna share this yet.
oh, right,
But
yeah.
but when he said, oh, like he mentioned something along the lines of let's meet up, and I was just like butterflies like in my stomach, and like I haven't even met this dude like in real life yet, and I was like, it's because I'm crushing so hard, and I fall so hard because when I think I like someone, I love hard, and then also like I don't have a lot of experience with guys, so it's like. I always think he's the one, but we clearly don't know until we like get to know each other. So yeah, I know what you mean. But That was smooth of him though. Like the ball rolling and then like the filling
I
out the
know,
form. That's
like,
smooth. Props to him. I like a guy who shows courage, okay? I like a guy who makes the initiative and takes like effort to pursue, I don't know, a girl that he likes. So
yeah. Like when I like really think about it now that you pointed it out, it's like that's like the only type of like things that you hear in movies where like
no,
the friends
yeah.
are like being wingmen and like I don't know, just stuff like that. I think that's
Yeah.
just so cute. But yeah, anyways, like he like the guy, he did nothing wrong. I should say this right now. But so yeah, I'm like crying in the stall. He's just being innocent, like I'm talking to a girl, like and so I go out, I'm freaking out, and there's like this giant group of girls in the bathroom, and they're like, "Are you okay?" Like they were generally like genuinely concerned for me.
Concerned for
Like
you.
yeah, they were really nice though, and they were like, "Are you okay? Do you need help or anything?" I was like, "No, I just have trouble with guys," and then they just walked out, and so I'm
Yeah.
like wiping my tears. I'm like taking deep breaths, and then I see in the corner of my eye this girl with long blue hair, and I'm like, it's like, I'm fine. Like, I walk up to her and I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I'm like acting like a crazy person. And then I'm like, okay, so here's the story. There's a guy out there. He asked for my number and he's like been complimenting me. Oh, so I looked at my phone and he literally complimented me like 5 times. He was like, "You're so cute. You're so
He
cool."
texted you right away.
Yeah, like he just kept texting me compliments, and I was like, dude, I'm kind of thinking this guy is a psychopath because I grew up watching like murder mystery and like ID documentaries and stuff like that. So when I
Yeah.
think of like a guy like complimenting me like that, I'm like, he wants to shove my cute face in like a freezer or something. I don't think it's like cute. I think it's freaky. And like, I don't know. I just like thought the worst in that situation. And that's why I was bawling my eyes out in the stall in the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah.
But yeah, long story short, I let her know my situation and she was so nice. She literally, that was her first day at that youth group. And she literally let me out of like, she let me out of the bathroom. No, we walked out of the bathroom together. And then she was also with her cousin and they literally just stayed with me. We like just kind of stood awkwardly and like we barely talked and then like everyone was like, "Okay, it's time for all the classes to group up." And I was like, "Oh, thank God." And I just said thank you like 5 times to her because like, I just did not want to talk to that guy anymore. And while I'm waiting, he's still complimenting me, just texting me all these things. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So we group up and then I'm like, "Oh, wait, all the high schoolers get together in a giant room to praise God before class." Like I did not think about that. And I was like, "Oh crap." I literally said that out loud in front of everybody. And I like do a 360 and then I'm like, "Oh wait, no, my youth group's leader my gosh, I can't talk. My youth group leaders are going to be in the praise room too." So I'm like looking around for my youth group leader. I asked this one girl and she's like, "Oh, she's still out in the lobby." And so I go into the lobby, I don't see her. I go to one of my other youth group leaders and I'm literally like holding back my tears and I say, "Where's Miss Brooke?" And then I just melt in tears. And then, oh my gosh. And then she's like, "Wait, what can I do? What can I do?" They probably thought someone died in front of me. Or like, I don't know. So they finally get her and like I'm like describing what he looks like. They're asking me a bunch of questions or making sure he didn't like touch me or anything by the way I'm acting. Like after I told them like the description of what he looked like one of the youth group leaders turns to the other one and she's like, "It's not, is it?" Well, actually, no, I should say a different name. I'll say, "It's not Philip, is it?" And she's like, "Maybe." And then like they go to him and then like they figure it all out and then she like scolds him and like I don't know what she said, but like yeah, she assured me that he would never talk to me again and I like blocked the contact and like yeah. So long story short, that was like the most chaotic like interaction I've ever had with a guy. Therefore, probably the weirdest one. I don't know.
Wait, but like did he do anything wrong or like and that's why you blocked him and stuff or you just didn't want him talking to you anymore?
It was okay. Well, here. So after he scolded, I mean, she scolded him, she came to me and was like, okay, I assure you he will never talk to you again. And then she explained to me that he got into a car crash as a kid. And
Mm-hmm.
so he got hit in the head and he can't process things fully. But like he literally says what's on his mind, and that's why he was complimenting me so much because like he like felt like I was pretty, and so he would text it to me. He felt like I was a cool person, and so he
Mm-hmm.
texted it to me. That's why I got like 20 messages of compliments, and
Oh
then
my
like
gosh.
I know that was like quite a long story, but like literally that was like the weirdest, most chaotic experience I've ever had with the guy.
No, I kind of get it. I feel like I would be a little freaked out if a guy I just met just spam
Hmm.
texted me so many times. But
Yeah.
anyways, now that you guys have heard our weird encounters, we're gonna play a little game. It's 3 rapid fire questions of the trend. He's a 10, but
All right. So the first he's a 10, but I have for you
okay.
is he's a 10, but he's like a total mama's girl.
Oh my gosh. Like,
Like
oh,
to the
mommy's
point
boy?
where
Mommy's boy, you mean?
oh wait, mama's girl.
Oh yeah, I was about to
That's a
say.
whole different meaning.
No,
No, no,
yeah.
no.
Okay.
He's a mama's boy. Like to the
Uh,
point where it's like
like, is it
crazy, like
cringy? Okay.
way too connected.
I'm sorry, but a 2. A
Yeah.
2. I could not. Like, I have seen guys like that. And personally, just not for me. So, like, no.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like it comes down to like what he prioritizes in the
Right.
relationship. Like if
Yeah.
he's gonna
If
prioritize like making his like
his
mother more
mom,
pleased
and more
or
than
like
me, like his
yeah,
wife,
my wife.
yeah, no, thank you.
But yeah, so I just thought that was a good question. I feel like
Yeah,
we've asked each other that before, but I feel like it's such a good one. And
it
like so
is.
it's like a good thing to point out because like I feel like a lot of relationships have a problem like that. And I'm like,
Yeah,
girl,
yeah,
this needs to be said. Like
yeah.
okay, so do you want to like flip flop? Like we'll do
Oh, yeah,
one.
that's a good idea. Okay, okay.
Yeah, do that.
So, my first one for you is he's a 10, but he's not as strong as you. Like, he's just weak. Like, just cannot pick up a box, like weak.
Oh my gosh. Okay, like 4. That is
A
like the highest
4?
go. Like
Okay.
I okay, and let me point this out. I am a very weak person. I'm like not strong at all. So to have a man not as strong as me, that is like he's like a twig. He's gonna get skinnier than a
Yeah,
skeleton.
like, yeah.
Actually, you should answer too. So I would say
Oh,
like around a 4. Yeah, you should do
I
it.
would say probably a 5, but if you're weaker than me, that's saying a lot. Like, dude, go to the gym. Like, pick
I
up
know.
some weights. Like, do something.
Eat some protein, please. It just
Okay.
shows like they also don't take care of themselves. So like
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Okay.
I'm like trying to think what my second one was. He's a 10, but he's like kind of emotionally needy. Like
Uh,
that. Like us. Like I don't know.
Probably a 4 because I feel like I'm already kind of emotional. So I need someone to be like more firm. I'm not asking you to be like a rock, but you got to be like strong. You can't just be like crying all over the place because I will say I think like personally I like the man to lead in a relationship, and if you're emotional and crying all the time or you're needy, then I feel like that would affect the relationship. But I'm not saying you have to be strong all the time because I know everybody goes through emotions and like you don't have to like be like a rock, but yeah, that's my
Yeah,
answer.
you don't want a baby. Yeah. I
Yeah, but I
understand.
don't want a baby. Yeah. Like if I
Uh,
wanted a baby, I would date a teenage boy. Like that. Yeah.
yeah. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like it like don't get us wrong, guys. Like it is definitely okay to like share your feelings to
And
us, but
emotions.
like
Yeah.
yeah, if it's just like overboard waterfalls all the time, it's like it's just not that attractive. And
Yeah.
I think that guys think the same thing about us. So like I don't
Mhm.
know, just like
Yeah.
a good setting
Yeah.
emotions to show, I guess. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right, it's your turn.
Okay. So he's a 10, but he wears footsie socks. Do you know what footsie socks are? Like, you know the socks with like the toes? Like, individual toes?
Oh, wait, yeah, I think I know what
I
you're
think that's what
talking
you.
about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would do, I don't know, because like if he's a 10 to me, if he's got like every quality that I love, and like that's the only thing about him that like is like,
Weird.
I don't know about that. Okay, I would give it like a 6. I don't know. Those
Okay.
things are hideous, and that would be very weird. But
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
I've got my quirks too. Not as weird as
Yeah.
that, but I've got quirks. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
So you gotta
You know, like,
compromise. It's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
don't be near me when you run. Like that's the only time that would not be okay. So he's a 10, but he is pretty obsessed with the boys and gaming. You know what the boys means, right?
Yeah, yeah, like his friend group, like
Yeah,
his,
yeah, his friend
yeah,
group.
yeah.
Like he spends like a lot of time with them, and like I don't know, a lot of time on video games too. So
I would say a 5 because I think it's important to have friends outside of a relationship. Like I would like to go on a girls trip like with my friends even if I was married, and I would want my husband to go on golfing trips or game trips or gaming dates or whatever guys do. I don't
yeah,
know. But I would want my husband to enjoy, his time with his friends. But if it's going to interfere with our relationship and he's going to do it to where it's kind of overboard, then probably not. But I think that's just something you gotta have to work out between both of you guys. But I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Like, I want him to be happy. Like, I'm not gonna
yeah,
cut him off with like his friends because I know some people are a little bit obsessive with, who a guy hangs out with if they're married or whatever. Oh
I
yeah,
completely agree. I would have given it like a 4 or 5 too,
yeah,
because of course you can hang out with other people, and like I
yeah,
don't like I think that's fine, but like
yeah.
if it's like to the point where you're not spending time with me and you're like prioritizing it way more,
Mm-hmm.
or prioritizing it over me and your relationship with God,
Mm-hmm.
you go bye bye.
Yeah,
You're
yeah. Bye bye.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so the last one that I have is he's a 10, but he's allergic to the ocean and just fish. He's just allergic to the ocean. He can't go in the ocean. He can't be near the
Oh my
ocean at all.
God. This is actually such a good one. Oh
I
my
know.
God.
I thought about it because okay. If you guys didn't know, Selena's obsessed with sharks, fish, the
Yes.
ocean.
Yeah, I love snorkeling. I love all that stuff. Like I live like a piece of my heart is in the ocean. So like oh I couldn't do it. I would say like a 2, like maybe even a 1. Like once when I'm like moved out and I have enough money, I will be in the ocean at least like twice every week. Like, I promise you guys, like that will be my life. I can't. So
It's crazy that you say 1 because I'm not trying to be rude here, but I would say 0 because I live in the ocean, okay? Like I love to swim, I love to parasail, I love to go long or not longboarding, but like what is that thing you do on the back of the lake? Or I mean not the lake, but
no.
tubing. I don't know what it is. Tubing.
Yeah.
So I would be like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
See you
Bye.
later.
So now we're gonna lead into the Instagram questions. Celine put up a slide. I put up a slide you guys submitted on our Instagrams. By the way, follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
Put up it on the screen. But we're gonna go into that. So the first question is, will you be single or have a date for Valentine's Day? Are you talking to anyone? And Celine, you could go ahead and answer. See?
This is very simple. This is very simple. No. 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 I'm not talking to anybody. I am not. Yes, I will be very single on Valentine's Day. I'll tell you that much. I'll be with the Lord, and that's it.
Yes, we love that.
Right.
Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna have a date for Valentine's Day. I was talking to someone, but the conversation ended, so I will be with the Lord too. I'm going to church on Valentine's Day, so that'll be super fun. But yeah, nothing, just open books right here. Nothing to hide, like right there.
Yeah. All right, good. I was gonna be so mad if you actually had a date and like I didn't know about it, but okay.
No, we know that I don't have a date. Okay, like if I do have a date, I will tell you guys. You guys don't have to like pry me or anything.
Okay. So the second Instagram question is green/red flags in a relationship. Feel like this is gonna take a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so you can go first to answer this time.
Okay. Green flags, I would say, okay, you gotta be honest, funny, Christian. You gotta like have a good relationship with God, prioritize him. And I don't know. I mean, you have to like Mexican food, or I don't know. I'm not picky. I'm not a picky eater, so you can't be a picky eater. Like I like to go out and eat. So, and I don't know. I guess you just have to be intentional and just, yeah, those are my things. Go
Yeah,
for it.
honestly, I think those were really good. I mean, I don't agree that much on like the food type situation because I am very picky, but like I'm fine with you eating whatever you want, just as long
Yeah.
as it's like bugs or anything. I would not
Yeah.
be okay with that. I
Yeah.
don't know anybody that eats bugs, but just to let it out in the open, I am not willing to date a bug man. I'm just gonna tell you right now. So yeah,
Okay.
honestly, it's like the same thing. Relationship with God has to be good and strong. You have to prioritize Him and then me, not flip flopping, nothing like that. Him first. And another thing, I don't know. I think it's good to like kind of have the same personality and humor. I mean, not like copycat type
Yeah.
way,
But
like
I think in ways you can relate. So, yeah.
yeah, it's definitely something that helps you be like compatible and like, keeps the relationship strong because you're literally, when you're getting married, you should be marrying your best friend. And so, yeah, like if you're not like my best friend and like, you're not going to be more than just a friend, I guess. I don't know if I worded that right, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying. So, yeah, I feel like those are my main ones.
So, red flags, I would say, I think thirst trapping. I hate it when guys, especially on social media, if you make thirst trap TikToks or like if you're trying to like flirt but like not be polite in the sense that like you're trying to show off a certain thing like your body or whatever, that's not attractive to me. Like first of all, I want to get to know you for you, your personality. I think it's so unattractive when a guy does that, and I've had a couple instances where guys have done that and it just turns me off completely. So that's one red flag. I also think dishonesty is another red flag. And I mean, yeah, I think those main two things. Oh, and ghosting. Like I would rather have an upfront guy. Like if you are a man, just be upfront and be honest. If you are not interested anymore, just tell me straight up. I'd rather get a cold hard no than being ghosted. So I think not being clear, not being honest, and doing the whole thirst trap thing are three big red flags for me.
No, yeah, I like you basically covered it for me too. Like those were really I didn't even think about like the ghosting part or like the dishonest part, but like that was like really good. I completely agree on that one. And like the first part that you mentioned with like the thirst traps and stuff, like I totally agree on that one too. And it even says in the Bible, like you got to be modest to honor God in like the temple of God. So like, it goes for women and men. So like don't think you can like just be different because you're a and yeah, it's just like that's just not right because it's also dishonest and totally fake and just it's cheating basically because you're literally showing your body to like other women on social media if you do post it and like I definitely don't want you sending me like your rock hard abs like at 2 a.m. Like, no, you ain't Christian then. So the next question that we got was, what is the best relationship advice we have ever gotten? So you can answer first.
I would say personally for me, he has a heart for God and he's pursuing me. And I think that also if he's the right guy, then I won't ever be confused or I won't ever have to question anything. So I think knowing that gives me a lot of peace and just clarity when it comes to looking for someone who matches that intention.
No, I think that's really good. And I know this answer because it's always stuck with me, and I've told you this before. It's more advice for when you're single and you want to be in a relationship. So what I was told by like many of my family members, the right one will come when you stop obsessing over the thought of a relationship with someone or like just desiring to be with someone. Like you can desire it, but you should not obsess over it. And so like they told me like the way they met each other was by just like forgetting about it and just like not obsessing over it and just like not thinking about it like all the time every day. And like after that and that kind of acceptance of like God will bring me this right person when the time comes, that's when they found them. And so I really try like every day to like not obsess over like the thought of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing that I would say is my dad has always told me if like the person you're dating is not your best friend, don't bother marrying them, because like to have a best friend is to like be able to open up to the person without fearing like they're gonna use it against you or just like not care, not like try to help you with the situation. And like, you know, it's just like feeling comfortable with the person, being able to laugh and cry with them, and like just, you know, stuff like that. And if you can't do that with your partner, well, what do you think the marriage is going to end up like? That it's gonna turn out bad. So yeah, that's the advice I have. So
that's really good.
Yeah, we can move on to the next question now.
Okay.
It's your turn.
So the next question we got was, what is the best Valentine's Day that you've ever had? I mean, all my Valentine's Days have been the same so far, I guess. I'm not saying they've been bad. It's just like I don't think they'll be great until I'm like with, you know, or I have a significant other. But so far they've all been good. I guess this year will be great because I'll be at church worshiping the Lord. So I guess I'll say this one. I don't even know how, but we'll find out not next week, but in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I would say like the same thing. It's like probably like this upcoming Valentine's Day, or well, this one since we're gonna release it on a Valentine's Day, duh. But like, I don't know. Like, I agree with you. Like, I feel that because I have a relationship with God this year, and like I'm just so at peace with myself and everybody around me, and just like the entire world. I feel like all of my holidays have like been my favorite like this year and like the past like, you know, 2022 when I've been with God, because like everything's just so much better with him, and like there's just like a total different peace that you have with him. And so like I don't know, every upcoming holiday will probably be my favorite like forever and ever, because like life just gets better and better the more you're in a relationship with him. So I say that, or like the time my friends just got me a bunch of toys and like candy when I was in like 4th grade, because like that was awesome. But like I don't know, other than that, Valentine's Day, I think this one will be like the best one I've ever had. So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is what is your dream / ideal date? All right, I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't know. This is like a little hard to say because like it depends on how comfortable you are with the person. Like if I barely know them, like my answer is going to be different. But like if I've gotten to know the person as like more of a friend, and then like we realize like, oh, this could be more of like a relationship, like that doesn't sound too bad, and then we go on a date, then I would like to do like a Bible study date or like something that like involves God, because I really like when I'm thinking about a relationship with someone, I'm like, okay, I really want to know like their morals, their standards, and like I just want to make sure they don't twist anything on like God's word or like, you know, believe something different. Like, so I really want to figure that out. You can't go wrong with like a Bible study or something like that on like the first date. Like obviously if you know that both of you are Christians, otherwise that would be like a little weird. But you know, I think that would be a really good first date, to like go to like a cafeteria. I mean, not a cafeteria. Oh my gosh, a cafe, and then like do a Bible study. Like I feel like that would be like a really cute, but also like nice way to get to know each other and like your like relationship with God. So there you go.
That's really sweet. My answer is a little bit different. I didn't think that deeply about it like Celine did, but if I just met you and I knew that you were a Christian and you had the same morals as me and I could see a future with you, my ideal date would be let's go to dinner and then let's say like we're near the beach. Let's just go take a walk on the beach, watch the sunset. And then also I think having deep conversations, no matter what topic it is, like I think that's really meaningful as well. And I like to talk and I like to listen to people. So I mean, getting to know each other more and then topping it off with ice cream. Like, well, and maybe like sitting in the back of a truck and watching the stars. That would be great. Like, that would be so great. I cannot wait till that day.
Honestly, that sounded so awesome. That was like the most romantic thing I've ever heard. Like, especially the walk on the beach part with like deep conversations. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I don't know.
I've thought about this, okay? Or, I mean,
I like how you're like, I wasn't as prepared as her with this answer, and then you go off.
no, but like, this is like, okay, look, I love the beach and I've seen it in the movies. I'm not saying we have to replicate the movie, but I'm saying, like, you know, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. Finally, our last question is what is your favorite thing about Valentine's Day? I'll go ahead and answer this one, but I think obviously my birthday is in February, so I love just the month itself. I also love how Valentine's Day is circled around love, and you don't have to have somebody to feel loved. So, I mean, okay, like your family members obviously love you, and then your friends obviously love you. But what I'm saying is like you don't have to have a significant other to feel loved or to feel welcomed. And I think once I realized that, I think I've just learned to celebrate Valentine's Day for what it is. I think getting candy is great. I love candy. I also love the pink and red themed things that you see in the store. And then the ultimate thing is God's love for us. I really just, I don't know, embrace that so much. And it makes me feel so just joyful knowing that the Lord loves us so much and He gives us and He blesses us with so much in our daily lives, even when we don't see it, no matter if it's like the little or big things. But I mean, just knowing that, I mean, that just gives me like so much joy. And it's really one of my favorite things about Valentine's Day, besides all the little other things. But yeah.
No, yeah, that was really good. Like, I agree with you. Honestly, that holiday, like, it's just such a cute holiday. Like you said, like, just like cute hearts and candies and like the red and pink shades everywhere. I love it. Mm-hmm. And I completely agree with you. And honestly, I think that was like a good place to like kind of close off on. Like, really, like you're never alone, even on a day like Valentine's Day where like there's couples every corner.
Oh yeah.
I just think that is a good place to close off on because like overall I feel like that's what a lot of us struggle and like really reflect on like a holiday or month like this where like just love is in the air and like everyone's just like I don't know. No one said that, but
yeah,
you know what I mean. So I think that is a good reminder. You are never truly alone. You are with God, and that is all that matters. You know, just a relationship is just kind of a nice bonus, but you know.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a good place to close off on. So I don't know. I will see you guys whenever I get to another episode. Thank you so much, Jenna, for joining us on this good Valentine's episode. And yeah, do you have anything to say to close off on that?
No, I think that's it. Thank you so much to you guys for listening. And I mean, we already said this, but we love you guys and God loves you more. So hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day and we'll see you on the next one, whatever that is.
So good. Bye. All right. Bye, guys.